Man is in the building, of course. Jersey's finest, all about them bars, marijuana smoker. Hey, PSA announcement. I need everybody go support. That's right, support my fucking state, my city. Heritage Hip Hop, a New Jersey media source that celebrates New Jersey hip hop worldwide. Facts. And we are celebrating our legends right here, Jersey, baby. Please subscribe to Heritage Hip Hop on social media. That is Heritage Hip Hop on social media. Jersey, you know I love you. Jersey, you know we got bars and we got music and we got legends all day. And if you believe in Jersey and you love Jersey like I do, support that Heritage Hip Hop on all social media platforms. This is Redman and I approve this message.
Yo, peace and blessings, and welcome to the Heritage Hip Hop Podcast, brought to you by Heritage Hip Hop. We introduce you to your future favorite artists today while celebrating the fabric of hip hop culture, meaning not only do you get the best of what was, but you get the best of today. My name is Karev, and I ask that you please come into this room, hit the like button, make sure you share the video, subscribe, hit the notification, let everybody know we here. And if you'd like to donate, hit the Cash App, Heritage Hip Hop, all right? Today, we go back to the Six Man Entertainment Group, and we pull another one of their artists, someone who not only is adept in wordplay, but also has a message to his rhymes and what he's saying. See, it's one thing to make an album, but it's another thing to create a masterpiece, especially when it has a message to it. So for everybody out there that's watching tonight, you got something special. We go to the BX, I believe. Maybe he'll tell me if I'm wrong. We go to the BX, I believe, and we introduce you to this man right here. State your claim. Let everybody know who you are, sir.
What's good? What's good? It's Crotona P, straight from the Bronx, living and residing in Rochester, New York right now at the moment. But yeah, that's what it is. Six man entertainment MC. You already know.
We got it right. We got it right. So remember, everybody, this whole interview is available on YouTube. We're gonna play parts of this on Instagram. But please ask everybody, join us on the YouTube. I want comments. I want y'all to talk because you're gonna be a vital part of this conversation. So shout out to everybody on Instagram. I see y'all. Salute Notes 82, Rock City Radio, Bars and Beats Weekly. Salute to all y'all out there. Thank you for tuning in. And on the other side, shout out to Van Guns, XO Joe. Wow.
What up, Ma?
I put the XO in there because that's a kiss and a hug. So you know I'm big on it. Shout out to my man, the Bassy, one of the dopest MCs I ever met. And I got So we in here. They in here, and let's begin from the beginning. You know, I don't like to ask where you're from and all that. We already established that, but I do have to ask this question: How did you choose hip hop, or how did hip hop choose you?
I chose it before it chose me. You know what I mean?
How?
If that makes any sense. The way I chose it was basically I was inspired by, well, first, if I'm gonna keep it all the way 100, the first time I heard a song that really touched me, that I wanted to listen to the music, was LL Cool J's "I'm Bad," and when I bought that tape to the house, Mom Dukes was like super religious, so she ended up breaking the tape, and there was no hip hop in the house for a minute until around maybe 91, 92 when Cypress Hills came out. And when Cypress Hills came out is when I saw Latinos doing it, and it was like kind of like a big deal, being that I hadn't seen that before. So I wanted to be a part of that. I wanted to like, at first it was just being a part of that, you know what I mean? Then it became something else later on, you know?
That's very interesting because as the world changes, hip hop has enforced change in the world and changed because of the fabric of the world changing. I don't want to go into the Latino thing yet, but I'm glad you brought that up. And I'm not going to be I'm not a big FBA versus, but I think that's a very important conversation because without unity, the fabric gets broken and we lose what we have.
Exactly.
You know? And I grew up in a house where I couldn't listen to music either. And look what I got. You know what I'm saying? In my house, my brother and my sister were the music people. My mother and father didn't play anything. I heard music when I went to school. So when hip hop was introduced to you, How did that change your life? And what was your first oh shit moment that this is incredible?
I think it might have been that, but then after that, like I liked the music I was listening to, but then a rapper from Spanish Harlem by the name of Curious George came out, and I heard "Walk Like a Duck," and that was the first time I heard somebody say half Puerto Rican, half Cuban, not Fidel. And when I heard that, I was like, oh shit, another one. You know what I mean? Like, and this one's Puerto Rican. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I'm Puerto Rican also. So then I'm like, all right. So I got inspired by that, and that right there made me say, no, I got to do this. Like, I got to start writing, and I got to get nice. You know what I mean? Like that's basically how it started.
Being an MC or listening to words of an MC is very life changing. We
Yeah.
just had a holiday yesterday, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. holiday, right?
Hmm.
And if you really understand what an MC is, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. is one of the rawest MCs we've ever seen in the history of the world. Now, because it wasn't labeled hip hop, he wouldn't be given that designation. But as an orator, his words not only painted pictures, but also brought the eyes and the ears of the world to a place where people had to check themselves, and it also caused people to change their lives. What rhyme
Hmm.
changed your life, and what rhyme made you take rhyming serious?
Mm. Um, I don't know. I think the song that probably made me look at things differently when it came to a writing aspect probably would have been I think it's called Dance with the Devil or something like that from Immortal Technique, if I'm not mistaken. That
Oh, that's
was
that
one of the
storyline.
yeah, that was a
Yeah.
real wild storyline, and it kind of made me look at writing in a different way. Like there's a lot more that you can actually say and chances that you can take when it comes to writing. So that might have been the first time that I heard something that made me say, "Oh, this could be something more than just a bunch of words that rhyme."
Certain MCs that I like have that impact to me because it doesn't take
Hmm.
the mind blowing GOAT MC to say something that sparks your mind. You know what I'm saying? Like we
Yeah.
have Bad Seed in the house. Shout out to Bad Seed. And the song that made me a Bad Seed fan, not I like his music, I made me check for his music was the Devil in the White House. That
Mm.
song is by far that's crazy. And it ain't even the beat. You have to listen to what he's saying. And that's what really gets me about what hip hop is. It's the expression a God gave us to speak over music to give the world an idea of who we are. Who are you, and what does the world get when they listen to you?
I don't know. I think when it comes to this music, I'm confident, but at the same time vulnerable. So a lot of times you'll get a lot of vulnerability in my music. You get a lot of like a lot of questioning, like self reflection, a lot of that in my music. So
But that's humanity.
mhm,
The best writers, the best of anything, always push their humanity in their vision. Like one of the
mhm,
most slept on artists ever to me is Nina Simone, right? And
mhm,
one of her comments was, an artist's job is to reflect the times that they're in. That could be society, and that could mean the spirit. What is the greatest battle you overcame being vulnerable in your music? And how did the music help you get over it?
mm. That might be a little too personal to speak on live right here. But yeah, I went
Okay.
through something. I went through something that was really, really, really close and near to my heart, and it was very personal, and it had me questioning myself, not as an artist, but more as a man. You know what I mean? And the decisions that I had to make from that point forward. So I think after that, I wrote a song and I recorded a song that maybe like a handful of people might have heard, but I never released it. I just sent it in email to these people so they could feel what I put together. But I didn't want the world to hear it. I don't know why. I can't give you an answer why, but yeah, that might be it.
But you gave me your answer.
Hmm.
It was manhood.
Hmm.
Being a person, being a man, being a woman is one of the most hardest journeys that we take for granted.
Hmm.
Because as a man, all you want to be is respected and appreciated.
Hmm.
Women, and y'all women out there, y'all can tell me if I'm wrong. What y'all want is to be respected, loved, and appreciated. More love and appreciated than respect. Men are driven off of respect. Women are driven off of love. You give a woman the world, she will create you a home. You give a woman a flower, she feels God graces by sharing in the creation of what you've given her. So hip hop for us is that respect, because now it's like I have a voice and now people hear what you say. But what is it that you want? Do you want to be heard or do you want to be listened to? And how do you define that?
I mean, if I'm defining it, I think heard would be more like understood. Listen to, you can just listen to background music and not really think about anything. But I think to be heard is to be understood. And of course, yeah, I think I want to be heard. And more than anything, I want to be felt.
All right. So I ain't want to go there too fast, but damn it, you are too good. Okay? You're too good. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Heritage Hip Hop Podcast. What's the deal? This is Karev of Heritage Hip Hop. You see my name down there somewhere. And this is Crotona P. And he said something that I really want to really dive into. Pause. And we're gonna go to the banner. Let's build, where the MC or the guest of the show says something very impactful, and we have to really dissect what they said, because it's going to give us a further understanding of who they are. And what you said is you want to be felt. Now, we all know there's 5 senses, right? There's 5 senses. We got, you know what they are: touch, smell. What else? Touch, smell, taste,
sight. Yeah.
The other one. All right. We ain't focusing on right now, right?
Yeah.
But there's certain parts of hip hop where you could do all of that. What song opened up your senses to make you realize that you're diving into a living thing and your written words are becoming living words and not just words to a rhythm or beat?
I don't know. I think it became more when people actually started listening, because I've been writing and rhyming for like years, you know what I mean? So, but it became like more when I got online. I mean, there was, when we did a lot of shows in the city, like we were known in certain areas, but it wasn't like how it became once the internet became into play. So once the internet became to play, a lot more people around the world started digging what I was doing, and that's when it became something to me in that sense. You know what I mean? I can't hear you, my brother.
I said, yeah, but fuck the world. Fuck the
Yeah,
world.
yeah.
Because the world is only as big as we allow it to be, because the world is really small. And the internet made the world smaller. Being able to put your music all over the world is a gift, and it brought you more people to understand who you are, but it also brought you more people who tend to take your words and bastardize your message. Did you ever have to fight to be recognized with your words, or did you ever have to fight to be understood, as you would say?
I think it's a daily fight. It's a daily fight. It's not something that, I went through in one moment in my life. I've been through it many times in my life, where you had to fight to either be respected or to even be in the circle and be heard. I've been through it all. Like I started this writing and rapping thing when I was 15. And if I, keep it all the way 100, because I don't front for nobody. You can see it in my bed. I'm 47. You know what I mean? So I've been doing this for a long time. So there's been many times that I've experienced that. You know what I mean? Where I had to fight. I'm sorry. Where I had to fight, basically, to be respected and heard and understood.
But see, that's what makes a good rapper, an MC. Because we all used to click the cliche rhymes. We always used to cliche. I heard Illmatic, New York State of Mind, or I heard Biggie, and I heard this, right? Yo, Bassy funny. All my life I had to fight. Right? we always say that, right?
Yeah.
But let me put this a different way. One of the artists that made us feel that people still don't talk about enough is DMX. And DMX is one of the few rappers that made us feel the rhyme and it ignited our senses. I remember the first time I heard "Stop Being Greedy," I was like, "What the fuck is that?" What is the rhyme you said that made a person sit you down and tell you that they heard what you said and it touched their heart?
I think it was a song that I did called "Need My Lady," where that I put out a couple years back, produced by Petty Music, and it's basically it was an ode to my lady who at the time was like diagnosed with lupus, and I was dealing with a lot with her at the moment. You know what I'm saying? Like she had lost about 70 pounds in about a matter of 6 months. Like she was withering away, and nobody could really explain if it was going to get better or not. And you know, it was just something that I did for her, and I put it out there. And it's the highest like viewed video that I got out, you know, that I ever put out. And it resonated with a lot of people online that were going through lupus and dealing with that. So I think that probably was the one that you know, it probably was my most vulnerable moment in music. You know what I mean? So
Nah, I respect that because the
yeah.
best MCs and the best rappers don't rhyme.
Hmm.
They prophesy or they speak. They expose the world to who they are and to the world that's around them.
Yeah.
KRS once said it back in the day, a long time ago, mad, bad, sad, dad, that's rhyming.
Yeah.
But see, wordplay can take a rhyme and actually strategize the delivery so it means something. And then bars takes that strategy and makes that thing hit. And when it hits, it's the cleverness that makes somebody fall in love with your story. Who's the best MC you ever heard outside of yourself?
Mm, I would probably say Nas. Probably Nas, probably the best MC that I ever heard. You know what I mean? And then after him, you know, you got so many people, man. But because Coogee Rap is one of the illest that I ever heard. Pun, obviously, Pun is one of the illest I ever heard. You know, we had this debate the other day about Big and Pun. You know, so I think Biggie's another one that was like ridiculous with his talent. You know what I mean? But the debate that we were having at the time was the whole who was better, Big or Pun or whatever. And I said, in my opinion, Pun had the better first album, but Biggie's second album smokes Pun's first album, second album, better say. You know what I mean? So I think Biggie had the better second album. But I mean, there's so many MCs that I really that inspire me with their talent, but I would probably have to say Nas is number one.
Now check this out. Do you have children?
Yeah,
Sons or daughters?
I got two daughters and two sons.
Congratulations on being dad. That's a blessing. Check this
Mhm.
out. As you mature in hip hop, the rhymes, the wordplay, and the bars become more significant than just hearing somebody flip a dope line.
Mhm.
The song I appreciated more as I got older, especially being around younger women, is the song Love is Blind by Eve.
Okay.
That song made me really sit back and think because when hip hop tells a story, people always praise the inner city. I'm a gun butcher, all this other crazy stuff. I'm a killer and all that stuff. But that song was about a woman rhyming about her friend who died to domestic violence.
Mhm.
And when you grow up and you mature in this culture, you value the words, you value the life, and you value the essence of the art in which you undertake. What makes your pen or what makes your brush capable of telling the story, and what does the world lose when they don't hear you rhyme?
Hmm. What do they lose when they don't hear me rhyme? Um, the question was what gives my brush. Well, say that again.
What makes your pen and your brush qualified to be that?
Mhm.
And you got the
I don't know. I mean, only the listener can make it qualified. To be honestly, like I can't. I just put whatever I put down on paper and pen or whatever I put down, and the listener decides whether or not it's for them or not. You know what I mean? Like I can't specify what makes my brush that. It's just the person decides if my brush is that or not. You know what I mean?
No, I disagree because I
Mhm.
think you are qualified. And it doesn't matter if they listen or not because there's no such
Mhm.
thing as the old song.
Mhm.
Music is always fresh to new ears.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you the truth. Today, I'm a preschool teacher by trade, right? And today was the day, ironically, that we started music lessons. So you know what I played for my kids, my 3-year-olds, my 4-year-olds? The Fat Boys, Biz Markie, and Dougie Fresh.
Okay.
Because we're learning about music. So I'm teaching them before we go to drums and horns, your body is the instrument. You have a heartbeat. You have this, you have that. So being that you have these things, you are qualified because you have a story. The greatest story ever written is going to be the one you live. So you are qualified because you have life experience. Now, whether they hear it or not, that's for them to find, but your story's always worth being told. So this is my last question on Let's Build about wordplay and bars. What makes the experience the bar, and what makes the rhyme or the life worthy of the wordplay?
What makes the experience, the bar, or the life worthy of the wordplay?
I told you I asked some bugged out questions.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure it out as we go. What makes the experience the bar? I mean, you have to live it in order to be able to speak it. So, like, that's what makes that. And the second one was, which one was the second one?
The life is the bar. What makes the rhyme the wordplay, the experience? What makes it go together?
I mean, a lot of it is the experience and the ability to put words together in a different way. You know what I mean?
Yo, Bassy, thanks for the compliment. I'm the Al Sharpton of hip hop. I ain't no snitch though. We don't do that. but ladies and gentlemen,
nah, he got me stumped here. I'm trying to figure out the questions and at the same time trying to answer them. Is bugged out.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Heritage Hip Hop Podcast. Because I told you, not only do we listen to music, we worship God with our creation. So I want to show you how to appreciate this man right here and to have you get his music, because when you get into the mind of the creator, not only do you appreciate the message, now you can understand where the music comes from. And that is the end of our Let's Build segment. How you feeling so far? We good? We warm you warm up?
Yeah. I might need to smoke though, if you don't mind.
No, go ahead.
You got me over here like trying to figure shit out. That's what's up though.
Appreciate that. Everybody out there, Instagram world, join us on YouTube. Come to the YouTube because this is a great conversation. And Crotona P has a very, very good bag of singles. And I have a couple questions about some of these singles. I got notes right here, by the way. And
okay,
there's some things I want to ask you when it comes to New York life and New York rhymes. You from the BX, you said, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So check this out. There's two sides of hip hop, and I really need to know your understanding and your opinion of this. Hip hop originated from the Bronx, as told to us, as agreed upon, but Harlem is the story that everybody wants to live up to.
Yeah.
Why? And what do you think about that?
I think because there was drugs in both parts, but I think Harlem made it flashier. Harlem made the drug lifestyle flashier, and it became more about the clothing you were wearing and how good you looked, and Harlem became known for that. So, and a lot of like very famous drug lords came from Harlem. You know what I'm saying? Like the Bronx had a couple of people like Boy George and a couple of people here and there, but it's like Harlem was really known for that. You know what I mean? And I think the lifestyle just people gravitate towards it more.
And that's sad because if you think about it, if you're all about the flash only, you miss the beauty of the story that's being told. Look at Beat Street and Wild Style, right?
Mm-hmm.
Look at the cover of This Is the Place, because you have that with Mike Titan, right?
Yeah.
Now, This Is the Place showcases a young man jumping in between buildings, correct?
Correct.
That's what I see right here. This is my notes, y'all. I'll tell you, I take notes. I'm a bad motherfucker when I want to be, right?
That's what's up.
But
I appreciate it.
But that's the story right there, because the art of the piece, that before you even go into the rhyme, is being above the city. Shout out to my man Notes 82. He talks about the view. When you talk about hip hop and you reflect on it, what is the view it gives you to help you appreciate that you're in it and it exists?
I don't know. Like these days is different because like where it's gone. If we're talking about hip hop as a whole, where it's gone is not necessarily where I go with it. You know what I mean? So I kind of stay more to like what we do, the underground boom bap sound and that genre. You know what I mean? So where it's at the moment is not where I am. You know what I'm saying? I'm in a small portion, and that's what I focus on. You know.
I respect that because you know what? It was prophesied back in 1996 that hip hop would have to go. Was it 96? Wait a minute. 1996. It was prophesied that hip hop would go underground, and you would have to look for hip hop because the machine would try to take hip hop over, and that's the spot we're in today. Y'all remember
Exactly.
Hell on Earth, Mobb Deep, Prodigy talked about all this stuff, and he was only one of the people who talked about this, right?
Mm-hmm.
And now, when you see where hip hop is, do you appreciate it more that you're in it and you have fulfilled that prophecy, or do you, or is it this is what it is thing, and I do this because I just do it for the love, not for the purpose? How do you feel about that?
I don't know. I think I do it for the love for sure. I have to still have, especially at this point in my life, at this age. If I ain't doing it for the love, then and not making like a huge financial gain from it, then what else would I be doing it for? You know what I mean? So I definitely feel that I do it for the love. The purpose, I think, comes with it, within the message. You know, the message is what serves the purpose.
So what do you write with, your heart or your brain?
Both.
Okay.
I have to use both in order to be the MC that I am, the kind of MC that I am. Because it's not only about the message, as you can see if you can listen to what I'm doing. There's a lot of wordplay. There's a lot of like a lot of bars in between. So it takes a brain plus a heart to put all that together.
I always ask people this question: what makes you write the better rhymes, the pain or the joy? For you, I don't want to ask that. I want to ask a different question. It's not about pain or joy because we all experience pain. That's what the scriptures of all religions say. Pain to heaven, death to heaven. So I ask you this: what is the greatest high hip hop gave you? And how do you spread that to the world?
The greatest high that hip hop ever gave me probably was creativity. Like when it comes to certain songs that came out that were very, very creative, I got high off of those type of joints like I Gave You Power or Rewind and stuff like that. Those kind of songs was basically what got me there. And what was the second question?
No. I want you to stay there because that was interesting. You said I Gave You Power, and what was the other one?
Rewind.
So, ladies and gentlemen, if you're not familiar with those songs, I Gave You Power was the story about the gun. And Rewind was the story told backwards. So ultimately, when you get a Crotona P project, not only do you have to listen to the rhyme, but you have to experience the story so you can take the rhyme as a part of yourself to understand what you heard. It's not only about the beats, it's about the direction and the tone of the rhymes. Am I correct?
Correct.
And that's why you fuck with Heritage Hip Hop, because not only do we listen to your music, we bring the understanding of your music as well. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back after this commercial break. I want to give my guests some time to relax a little bit because we've been kind of hard on the questions. We're a little hard on the questions, and we'll be back right after this. You good, though?
I'm great, baby.
And so am I. Peace.
Where you get your hip hop from? Yeah. What's up? This Tribal Trigger Trench in the building. You already know. Nip, naughty.
Hey. Redman is in the building, of course. Jersey's finest, all about them bars, marijuana smoker. Hey, PSA announcement. I need everybody go support. That's right, support my fucking state, my city. Heritage Hip Hop, a New Jersey media source that celebrates New Jersey hip hop worldwide. Facts. Please subscribe to Heritage Hip Hop on social media. That is Heritage Hip Hop on social media.
What up, y'all, man? It's your boy Do It All, Do Pray Kelly, right here on Heritage Hip Hop, man. Look, man, let me tell you something. Make sure you support Heritage Hip Hop, because without these brothers bringing you hip hop, we're not gonna stay informed, man, the way that we need to stay informed, man. And they're not just giving you hip hop, man. They're giving you the heritage of hip hop, right here, man. Yo, Kareb, I see you. Heritage Hip Hop, man. Let's do it.
It ain't nothing like Heritage Hip Hop.
are back. Hey, man, we on the Heritage Hip Hop Podcast with Crotona P at 6-Man Entertainment. And now we're going to go into some of that 6-man energy. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
I got to ask you a question. As a person, it's always good to find your tribe. Find people that you rock with, people who you can understand, people you have a common interest in, right? And that's part of manhood too, because you as an artist, you may have ran into a bunch of people who you share the similarities of love for hip hop with, but they may not have been a team with them. What has being with 6-Man Entertainment done for you, and where do you see that that union taking you?
I think just the affiliation, the affiliation started with Seed, you know what I mean? Obviously, he's the general, you know what I mean? So the affiliation started with him. And we, as you know, I don't know if you're familiar, he pretty much hand selected a bunch of MCs that were doing their thing online, that were getting their buzz up and stuff like that. He basically gave us the opportunity to link up with them and put this together as a team, you know what I mean? So when you do something like that, a lot of times it's a building process. You're getting to know each other. A lot of us didn't grow up together. A few of them might know each other, but not everybody in the team grew up with each other or around each other, or are even around each other at the moment, because we're in different cities and states and stuff like that. So you know what I mean? Like it's a building process. So that's where we at right now. We've been together for like a little bit under a year probably as a team, and we just getting to know each other and working out the kinks, making sure that everybody is in tune with what each artist is doing, and everybody supporting each artist, which has been happening. You know what I mean? Salute to the team, Mo Ruckus. I had Excel on here last time. You know what I mean? You have Murder Megs, Honey De Niro. You got a bunch. The squad is big. You know what I mean? And everybody's getting to know each other still. So that's where we at right now. And the way I see it, taking me hopefully in the future is not only me, but all of us, that it gets us to a point where we can actually make a living off this. You know what I'm saying? Where we can actually go on tour, and even if it's as a team, and get paid by these venues to actually perform and do these shows. That's where I want to go in the future. That's my short-term goal, at the moment. But obviously it's to support myself with this music. That's the plan,
I respect that, because when we think of basketball, he had a starting 5, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the 6-man reassures the 5, because that person, when with the 5 go down, that 6-man gives them that extra energy, that extra boost, that is the bridge for the people behind the 6-man, the compliment, and the 5 to be rest assured that they got a strong chain or link in that chain so they don't fall apart.
Mm-hmm.
Being that you represent that with your team, because that's what y'all represent as a whole,
mm-hmm.
What did you take from them that added to your style to make you a better artist?
I don't know. I can't tell you what I took from them. I don't think I've taken anything from anybody yet. You know what I mean? I think more than anything, I'm taking their work ethic. You know what I mean? Like a lot of their work ethic is what I'm taking. It's like everybody has different ideas and different plans on how to do things, and it's pretty dope that everybody has a voice and we're able to speak on how we feel things should be, or if somebody has a difference of idea, even one of the MCs, not necessarily a front office. Somebody, an MC might be like, yo, this would be a good idea for us to do, or go in this direction, and we're taking into account, and the respect is there mutually from everybody. You know what I mean? Like nobody, it's like as pretty much no man is bigger than the team. You know what I'm saying? That's how we see it.
So then now we've come to another segment of the show, ladies and gentlemen, called Choose Your Hot Topic. Now, this is based off of your interview. So we could talk about the change of America. We could talk about the change of music, and we could talk about the change of hip hop. What would you like?
I mean, hip hop and music is kind of the same thing, right?
Nope.
Okay, so you mean like the culture?
Right.
Okay. We can speak on the culture. I think that's a topic that's pretty hot topic right now at the moment.
All right, so let's anger some people.
Okay.
Hip hop is going to a bastard stage. Because now hip hop doesn't know who its father is. Hip hop doesn't know who its identity is. And now hip hop is becoming more separate with the allegiance of flags. And we have flags and we have speech as what's tearing us apart. Puerto Ricans, Caribbeans, FBA now. Why do you think hip hop has to be divided so other people could flourish in our culture?
And who are these other people that are flourishing? If I
To
can
quote
ask.
Razcast, niggas don't run hip hop, niggas run around in it.
Okay, I get you exactly what you're saying. Um, I don't know. I think I'm not sure if these people are actually put by other people to do these things, but I do see the division daily, and I do see a lot of like history trying to be undone or rewritten by certain individuals. At least the history that we grew up knowing. Like we all grew up knowing a certain story, and now other individuals are coming in and debunking stuff, and we really don't know where we came from. To be honest, if you choose not to believe anybody, but I know that for one, mainly we thinking about the culture, right? The culture kind of started at a house party, more than likely, right? The culture didn't start with somebody rapping. The culture started supposedly with a DJ, some music, and a party, right? I'm sure at that party there was blacks, there were Puerto Ricans, there was everybody. So if we're talking about when the culture started in the party, then I think everybody was a part of the culture when it started. You know what I mean? And if you really want to take it there, when it comes to this FBA situation, like Kool Herc is not even like a foundational Black American. If I'm not mistaken, he's Caribbean. So like, so he's not the father. But then you got that argument too. A lot of people saying he ain't the father, godfather of hip hop, and he ain't started nothing. So it's just so many different opinions. What can you really go by? You know what I mean?
You go by the heart. And that's what got me really in a bad situation with this. Because I think this is more of a New York conversation. So I want to ask New Yorkers this because I don't talk about myself too much, but I'm a certified hip hop cultural specialist. I was taught by KRS-One. All right. And I went to the apartment or the basement where that party started. But I also heard him say that the agreed upon date of hip hop is August 10th, 1973, because there were other dates where hip hop started. I've heard people challenge KRS-One and him not take on the conversation. I've also heard of people like Tariq Nasheed, Lord Jamar, now they're attacking Fat Joe. But I also heard Busta Rhymes put his foot in his mouth as well and said this country had no culture until Caribbean people came to this country and Hispanic, whatever, however you want to differentiate yourself or whatever. That until they came to this country, and that's where it started, which was a smack in the face to the people who actually gave rhythm and soul to this land way before and even after slavery happened. So with the change in the hip hop culture, do you think we're undermining the MC by doing this, by taking away their message? Because now we're fighting over something that gave us our voice so the world could know that we exist more so than anything else?
Yeah, I think it affects the MC greatly, especially like in a situation like mine, you know what I mean, where I'm a Hispanic MC and I grew up a certain kind of way around certain kind of people speaking a certain kind of way. So like I think now it'll be more under a microscope. You know what I'm saying? Like instead of like listening for the message, you're listening for any little hiccup, you know what I mean, or any little thing that you could point out instead of listening to what I'm actually talking about. Because like growing up, I'm 47, like I told you, growing up in the Bronx, New York, like I grew up around blacks and Hispanics. It wasn't no one Hispanic area. Like most of my dudes that I grew up that I even started rapping with were black. You know what I'm saying? So like I've never felt that division amongst the homies in the hood. But when it came like sometimes when you stepped out of the hood and you was in certain circles trying to make a name for yourself, you went through that division, and you went through that, certain people not even wanting to listen to you because you were Hispanic. You know what I mean? So like I've been through that. So I think with Joe dealing with what he's dealing with now, with the whole being scrutinized for what he said, I think it puts every Hispanic rapper now in a certain box, which we shouldn't be in. You know what I'm saying? I felt like we came a long way to get respected in the game, to then now have to take steps backwards because, and not really take steps backwards, but people want to make it seem that way. You know what I mean?
I'm glad you said that. I got breaking news right here. We'll talk about that in a minute. I'm glad you said that because I used to rhyme too. I'm not as good as y'all. Please don't ask me to feature on nothing because you will laugh at me horribly. Okay? But I did say in our oppression, no, in our ignorance, our oppressors seem righteous because we're arguing amongst ourselves, making them look right about us because they'll say we're uncivilized and we're fighting each amongst ourselves.
Yeah, it's crazy
to make them look good. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not gonna lie, it's a Black culture. Now, Black is not a people. Black is a mind state. Black is a designation. I understand that, especially with a lot of Puerto Ricans, y'all love y'all flag because at one time that flag was outlawed. And now y'all wear it with pride because it's yours.
Mm-hmm.
And then from another frame of thinking with the FBA, we have an African-American flag that was suppressed and people didn't even put it up because of the backlash that came with it. Mm-hmm. To the point where we don't even fly the original Juneteenth flag because people don't know because it's due to suppression. And the beautiful thing about hip hop is we don't have to be suppressed because now we can talk. Now we can explain. It was important for us to make Fuck the Police. It was important for us to put out Fear of a Black Planet. It was important for us to get Four Finger Ring 1 and 2. It's important for us to get the Caesar Project. If y'all don't know what those are, do your homework. Subscribe to Heritage Hip Hop. It's important for us to actually get these projects, which takes us to our next segment, Project versus Project. What is the name of your upcoming project? Let people know what's going on.
It's coming out January 28th. It's a project with me and producer King Bandolero from Toronto, from the No Face crew. And it's called Artisan Works of Art, The Masterpiece. And it's a project that we basically took some time putting together. And it's probably one of my most personal albums and one of my most well-produced albums, you know.
We're gonna take that project verse This Is the Place with Mike Titan because, like I said, there's a lot of growth, especially different production on that. And one song I liked in particular, wait, is it? Let me get there. Analog Clutch. Tell me about that one.
That particular song was a producer that Mike Titan knew, named Jason Famous Beats, if I'm not mistaken. And it was just one of the beats that Mike brought to the project that I found really, really different. I love the way it was put together and the sound of it. It sounded like some old clunky 80s joint to me, but it sounded ill at the same time with the cuts and everything. And it was a song that he basically set off, and I followed his lead, which was pretty much the plan for the whole project. Either I set it off and he followed mine, or he set it off and I followed his. And that's how that song was put together. But it was some MC shit, you know what I'm saying? Some boisterous talking shit type of verse.
Of course, because that's what y'all New Yorkers do. Of course. But I'll put that song against a song from the new project I really like called OG Stats. Talk to me about that song.
OG Stats was actually, to be completely honest with you, that was a song that I recorded for the project off another beat. I was asked to, you know how, I don't know if you know, some producers ask you to write to a certain beat that might be like something that was put out by another artist or whatever. They write to this beat, and then I'm going to build a beat around it. So that was pretty much what OG Stats started as, and then it was a different BPM, and then we ended up creating a whole new beat for it, and then I ended up re-recording it and rapping into that beat. But it was something that was an experiment. You know what I mean? When it came to how it was put together, but the song got a lot of different topics in it. You know what I mean? If you got anything you want to speak about in particular, but it's just something that he titled, because he titled every song on the album. I didn't title not one song on the album. The producer titled everything. So everything was pretty much whatever he felt from listening to the song after it was created, that he would title it. And that's how we got that. But OG Stats was just basically a bunch of, different ideas and different thoughts that I had and how I feel about certain things, certain MCs and how they, treat the game. You know what I mean? How they, and it was just certain things I needed to speak on. When people hear it, I wanted to get a real, good feeling of it. You know what I mean? I don't want to speak too much on it, but most of the songs on the album were just a lot of, different thoughts that were mixed together. And you know what I mean?
I like how you said how they treat the game, because that's what made me like the song. Is you basically put a flag down, but not only did you put a flag down, you actually put a chair down and invited people to build with you in the song.
Exactly.
I love that song. So I'm gonna get back to that. Project versus project. Let me get the name of the song. I want to put Family First. That's the name of the song, right? Family First?
There's two. There's Family First and then there's Family First Remix. I'm not sure.
The Family First Remix.
With all the rappers on it?
I want to put that Stroud the Street, the villain. That's my dude.
Yeah, that's my brother.
Yo, that and Unconquerable.
Which people haven't heard yet.
Yes, Unconquerable. Yo, shout out to Patsy, yo. But Unconquerable and Family First Remix. A posse cut or a crew song is very hard to pull off, especially if you have a chemistry with people, but that's your people and then you have your team. Which one brought out the best in you?
All right. Both were done differently. You know what I mean? Family First Remix, I pretty much sent out the beat to every MC, and as soon as I would get a verse, like when I got the first verse, I would send it to the next rapper. They did the second verse, and I kind of did it like that, and I kind of let everybody go before I got a chance to record it, right? So I let everybody do their thing, and then then at the end, I just basically went crazy and just tried to do my thing on that. But Unconquerable was different. I recorded my verse first, and then I had the idea of having Just Days on the track, and Seed obviously was the perfect choice. You know what I mean? To end the project, being that it's my first official 6-man project, I felt like Seed ending it the way he did was perfect. You know what I mean?
So that gives me to the last song I want to highlight that I liked on the project, the new project. I want to talk about Cries of Warning. What are you talking about exactly?
A bunch of different things. Like I said before, like this. I've seen a lot of things growing up, you know what I mean, and been a part of a lot of things that happened. So it was just pretty much, kind of throwing little bits and pieces of situations that happened in New York where certain individuals got Fed cases and ended up waking up to finding out. I woke up to finding out the news, the day after Thanksgiving, the feds ran up and shit like that, and it just got real ugly for everybody. You know what I mean? So there was little bits of that and just little bits of everything, but that was the gist of it.
Yo, shout out to life, because if you don't control your life will tear you up. And
man.
That's what makes the MC so it makes it so interesting. Wait, Days and Seed. What does that mean?
Oh, Days, Just Days and Seed. Yeah, he's asking if I have Just Days and Bad Seed on the song. Yeah, that's my man. So DJ Supremacy from Rock City Radio. That's a radio station that I'm a part of. Also, we do a show every Friday night. You know what I mean? So tune in.
See how this all ties in together? God is good. You know what I'm saying? Hey, yo, so everybody check this out. We have come to damn near the end of the interview. How you feel? Is it fast? Was it slow? How'd you like it?
Nah, man, it's good. I thought we were gonna get into some more stuff, but that's cool though.
Hey, man, I got to do the family thing too.
Nah, I got you. Nah, but I appreciate everything you did, and the questions were insane. Especially the beginning had me kind of like bugged out. But I appreciate the fact that you came at it from a different angle, because a lot of times you come into an interview and the first thing they ask you is, "So what inspired you to write?" And well, and that's pretty much, you got to give your whole background and everything. I love the way you flipped it and had me thinking, had me on my toes. I probably shouldn't have smoked like 3 blunts before I did this. I probably would have been sharper.
Nah, you were perfect, because guess what?
Mm-hmm.
I asked you that same question, but a different way. And you know what?
Mm-hmm.
The reason why I'm able to do these questions is, number one, I have to like your music. And number two, most people that interview you never tried to do what you've done. So they don't have the appreciation for what it is that you do. Because some interviewers just ask the same questions. What's your favorite color? Who you want to fuck? What's your favorite album? Why do you write? I don't want to do that. I want to respect you as a creator and an artist and as a man, so that when people see or hear this interview, they want to know more about you, and that makes the music that much more appealing. You feel what I'm saying?
No doubt.
Ladies and gentlemen, this man actually rhymes pretty goddamn good. And if you listen to what he's saying, you will actually pick something up. Because most times we listen to music, we go, all right, that was boring. All right, that was whack. Like that new Busta Rhymes album, it's kind of boring. But if you listen to certain things he's saying, you be like, okay, I see why he said that in this. There's a certain appreciation we got to have for our artists. And with that being said, I want you to tell the world why they should appreciate you that much more. You have 30 seconds. Stand on your square and tell everybody why they should get your new album. Drop the name, drop the release date, and the floor is yours. Go.
I want anybody, especially anybody that's ever supported me in the past, I definitely want you to come out and to this event. We definitely gonna put out a dope ass project January 28th of this year called Artisan Works of Art, the Masterpiece, by me and King Bandolero. And we really put our heart and soul into this project, and we mixed it and everything. Everything was done beautifully. It's one of my most personal albums. I felt one of my most best created albums. And the fact that, we putting it out through 6 Man Entertainment is also like a great look. And I just want everybody to go out there and say, if you support Crotona P, you support the Bad Seed, you support 6 Man Entertainment, every single member in the team, go out there and support this. I guarantee you're not going to be disappointed. It's only going to be $10. It's 12 joints. And just go out there and support that, man. I'm giving you a piece of me every time, but this time is a little bit more special, man. Just take this journey with me, and I guarantee you're going to enjoy yourself.
Hold up. We almost there. All right. Hey, everybody. Like a true MC, he took more than 30 seconds.
Oh, my bad. My bad.
No, that was great.
It'll be on Bandcamp and on DSPs. Last thing.
That's right. But make sure you buy the album. We don't believe we like streaming, but we support people who purchase, because you don't stream your food. You don't go to a restaurant like, no, I'll pay for it later, or I might get it. No, you get it at that time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, plus, definitely support the Bandcamp.
Yeah, plus I had to cut the Instagram feed because they don't get the whole interview. Nah.
No, hell no. So, subscribe to the YouTube, y'all.
That's it. So Rock City Radio on all y'all. I want y'all to subscribe to Heritage Chip. Yo, bring me to y'all station. Let's build. I'm all about
definitely, man. I definitely want to bring you on so we can speak to you. I love what you're doing right now. I love the way you interview, and honestly, man, all I gotta do is speak to Supremacy, man. If he's rocking with this interview right now as we speak, there might be a spot for you on Rock City Radio, man. It's a whole network. It's a whole hub, brother. So you know what I'm saying? We'll talk. We'll chop it up.
So we definitely got to the end of this interview. It was a pleasure talking to you, but the interview's not over.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the rapid fire questions. These questions are not yes/no questions. These questions are designated to show you the depth of your knowledge of hip hop, the culture, and why people should definitely mess with you when it comes to this music. You ready to go?
I think so. I hope so.
Here's the catch-22. Everybody watching, drop your questions in the comments, and your questions could be a part of this rapid fire question segment right now. Question number 1. I always begin with the same questions. If you see my interviews, y'all know what it is. So here's one question. What album or single from another artist perfectly describes you?
What artist? What you said? What artist or single?
An artist single or album? Another artist, not yourself.
Mm-hmm.
That artist single or album. What perfectly describes you?
I would say I don't know. That describes me. I don't know. There's a song that describes me. Man. It's a big description, but if it describes my feeling, what I like, and what I think is really dope, it's probably 4, 3, 2, 1. Hello. Hmm.
But you got multiple personalities? Like,
Yeah, yeah, I do, I
that's
do,
how it
I
go?
do, I do, I do. Yep.
What's your favorite verse in that song?
Probably, probably meth. Probably nah, Redman. I think Redman's verse is probably harder.
Shout out to the GOAT, my GOAT,
Hmm.
Redman. All right, that's
And you know
definitely
what? I
hard.
said some shit about his album recently. I had an opinion about it. Might not have been a popular opinion, but I'm staying on what I said. You know what I mean?
But you don't like
But
it?
I didn't like it as a whole. I thought as for it to be a Muddy Waters too, it was disappointing. The fact that E-Dub wasn't nowhere in sight. There was
He was
no
on there.
Keith Murray. What he produced on
Production.
that.
Production.
He had beats on there. Cause
Mm,
I ain't seen nothing. I ain't know he did anything at all.
yeah. Yeah.
All
He had
right, all
songs
right,
on
all
there.
right.
Yeah.
All right, well, the fact that I ain't hear him on the album, I ain't hear Jamal, I ain't hear Keith Murray, I ain't hear, it just wasn't like a full Muddy Waters 2 for me. And out of the 32, I only liked 8 songs. So I thought that,
Wow.
yeah, I'm just keeping it 100, and that's not no slight on Redman. He really Muddy Waters 1 is one of my favorite albums ever. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So, but just I was expecting something a little different. Maybe this
Okay.
is just where he's at in life, and I respect it. You know what I'm saying? But I couldn't give the whole 32. And you, I know, I respect you. You from Jersey. I know that for a fact. So you know what I mean. I understand the allure when it comes to Redman because my man Mr. Ripley's also from Jersey. He's part of the show. You know what I'm saying? It's cinematic that he's also from the show, and he's from Jersey. So I understood how important this album actually is for Jersey. But it just wasn't what I expected with a Muddy Waters 2. You know what I mean?
Wow. Is it important for Jersey? That's a good topic. We could talk about that later.
Yeah.
Question number 2. What is the greatest hip hop beat ever? Meaning, if that beat, that person never had that beat, it would have been your first single.
Damn. Best beat ever. Probably kicking the door.
Yeah, Primo.
Yeah. Kicking the
Okay.
door. Pop.
A MC's dream is not always to rap. Sometimes it's to be behind the boards or to produce. If you
Mhm.
can make the perfect song, dead or alive, who would produce it and who was on the track?
Well, Pun to be on the track, and I would love to hear what he would do with like hmm, I would say probably like damn, I'm trying to think right now who I would put him on as a producer. I think probably I don't want to say because the obvious would be Alchemist. I would love to see what Pun would have sounded like with an Alchemist joint. You know what I mean? But probably like Pun and Madlib.
That's
Yeah.
interesting. Okay.
Yeah, I like different shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I like when rappers take chances. Like to me when Pun did the Jungle Black Thought, that was like my type of lane. That was like a great chance that he took doing that. You know what I mean? At the time, with the way Pun sounded when he came out, it was a different feel than what I didn't expect that with Super Lyrical with him and Black Thought, and I just thought it was a dope different lane to take.
All right. Let's go for a different question. Do you think AI is going to push hip hop forward or backward, and why?
I don't know. I think it's more problematic than anything, especially when it comes to what they can do these days, and they could just basically like create something out of nothing and make it seem like it's you. So I think it'll be more problematic in the long run. It has its benefits, obviously, when it comes to me. Like certain engineers probably have it easier now. You know what I mean? But I feel like I just feel, especially the AI artwork that's getting put out there when it comes to graphic design and covers. I feel like it's really cheesy stuff. A lot of it is really cheesy stuff. It's just it doesn't look official to me. You know what I mean, it looks like the fonts are really like off and like I appreciate graphic designers. Shout to Mosky Graphics who does all my stuff. But like I appreciate when they bring something different to the table with a cover when they really like, and they don't just AI it. You know what I mean? Like the AI stuff, you could tell. You get the fonts alone, you could tell how cheesy it is coming from the program or something like that.
Yo, drop y'all questions in the comments because I have a couple more, but I'm trying to include y'all in it. I think AI can be good for hip hop and it can be bad, just like any weapon. It's not the weapon that's the devil, but it's the mind of the user and how they use it. Because I'm enjoying. I don't know if you heard the new Benny Siegel with him using the AI for his old voice.
No, I didn't hear the song, but I heard he was gonna do it.
Yeah, him and DOC are doing that, and you know this sounds good. I'm glad to hear Siegel. I'm glad he's able to work and go into his craft. So that's a help. But then again, yeah,
you bringing that up? Do you think it's going to benefit him or hurt him? Because I mean, we're at an age right now where a lot of people don't really want to pay for tickets and stuff like that and go out to see shows. So they want that fast consumption of streaming and stuff like that. So if he puts out like an album, he'll probably benefit from sales of streaming and stuff like that if he does. But if he has to do a show, he'll never be able to really benefit because it won't sound the same. You know what I mean? Like,
but if you look at the landscape of music today, you don't really have to do a show to be good with your music.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like a lot of your online presence sometimes feels like more important these days.
AI opened up 3 new lanes in music.
Mm-hmm.
Put like this: do you know how David Banner makes his money in music?
No.
Got a cell phone?
Mm-hmm.
Ever turned it on and heard the music?
Mm-hmm.
He did that.
Okay.
So, like I said, he produces and he uses his music to go into another direction. Now, if Benny Siegel makes songs and they pick it up in a movie, a game.
Oh yeah, then yeah.
It's look at J Electronica shut the industry down by putting Exhibit A on Fight Night Round 4, and they had to take the game off the shelves and redo the paperwork. Like I said, if I'm wrong, y'all tell me, because I've seen this happen. Because Khalil and Chin blew up off of that soundtrack for that game. So I mean, y'all tell me. I don't know. Maybe I'm just a fan. I don't know. All right. Next question. You're from the BX, right? I think Brooklyn actually represents hip hop the best when it comes to taking your borough around the world. If you can make the Crooklyn Dodgers, but a Brooklyn version, a Bronx version of it, who are your 3 rappers and who's producing the song?
The producer got to be from the Bronx too.
Not at all.
I would say probably Dead or Alive, or they got to be alive.
It's your song.
All right, so let's put Pun. Let's put KRS-One and Lord Finesse.
That's interesting.
And produced by Diamond D.
Okay, he gonna keep it gutter hip hop. Okay, I respect that. That's a different one. We asked about the heart and the mind. Okay, let's change it. What's the most important instrument in hip hop today?
The most important instrument in hip hop today is probably the 808.
Why?
The drum, because it's what basically sells the most. You know what I mean? It's not. It's what drives most of the music out today. You know what I mean? At least at a mainstream level, if you get what I mean.
Okay. My last regular question for this is this: ageism in hip hop is slowly dying because we have more veterans bringing out music. MC Lyte brought out an album. LL Cool J brought out an album. Snoop and Dre is back. Redman came back. And we have more people from the 90s, the best era of hip hop. I don't care what anybody says. We have more people from the 90s era bringing out music. If this continues, people are calling for adult contemporary hip hop versus, whatever is out. I want to ask you, who could drop an album from that era today that you would support 100% and that you think could take off, either with their own crowd or even bring new listeners in?
To bring new listeners, I don't know. You know what I mean? To if they could actually, does anybody that can actually do that? But if they do bring new, I think somebody like Coogee Rap, if he actually does what he's supposed to be doing with Alchemist, I think that may bring new listeners to the table.
G-Rap,
Yeah,
the GOAT that always gets overlooked, unfortunately.
yeah,
This G-Rap is that dude, y'all. All right, well,
yeah. Still to this day.
yes, he is. So they said he enjoy you being in the hot seat. So check that out.
Who said that? Who said that?
Rock City Radio. So I'm enjoying seeing you in the hot seat. Right.
Yeah, because they don't see me like this not a lot.
All right. So I have two questions. I have a throwaway question. It's for me. How did you like being on the Heritage Hip Hop Podcast, or would you recommend us to anybody else who's looking to be interviewed?
I would definitely. I loved it. For starters, I loved it. I would definitely recommend it to somebody else, but I wouldn't give them the heads up on what to expect because I would enjoy to see them freeze under the lights too.
That's cruel, and thank you.
No,
That's what's up, and I appreciate that.
no.
So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching the Heritage Hip Hop Podcast. This is episode 218 with Crotona P. Shout out to the Six Man Entertainment, XO Joe. Shout out to Bassy and all Six Man Entertainment. Shout out to everybody who commented and listened. This podcast was brought to you by heritagehiphop.com on YouTube, and later it would be on Spotify, iTunes, or Apple Music, wherever you stream your podcast of choice. So if you'd like to support Heritage Hip Hop, please, you can hit our Cash App, $ Heritage Hip Hop. We'll also want to get our subscribers up. I'm at 2.3. I need 500,000 to 1 million. Not only do I want to get monetized, I want to take this podcast or this platform to a bigger level where I could do this in person. I have an award show every August. I would like to have, this go bigger. And to all artists that are watching, if you have a project and you want to submit it to the Heritage Hip Hop Awards, I will leave you the date and you'll see the flyer and everything that is necessary. Crotona P, it was a pleasure meeting you. Thank you for this interview. I'm humbled that you allowed me to be able to speak to you tonight.
No, thank you, my brother. I appreciate the opportunity. Salute to the whole Six Man Entertainment for hooking us up. You know what I'm saying? And XO, thank you, baby, for linking us up. You know what I mean? I appreciate you, my brother, and everything you bring in for the culture because it's important to have people like you doing what you're doing. You know what I mean?
So let's end the show off correctly. 500 years from now in the Hip Hop Hall of Fame, you're going to be there, whether it's your own solo thing or you're representing the BX. And somebody's going to push a red button on the wall, and AI is going to have your hologram pop out the wall, and people are going to hear your music. Yeah. What is the legacy you leave behind that made the world better because you made hip-hop music?
There was somebody out there that was willing to put it all out there, or mostly all out there. You know what I mean? Like, that didn't have a problem with how he looked to the masses for putting his heart on his sleeve.
So with that being said, everybody, put your heart on your sleeve and let the world know that you're human. In a world where we got technology taking over, make sure you keep the greatest thing that God gave you, which is your soul, and bear it to the world in your art. Crotona P, may the Most High bless you, and may this album go 5 million times platinum. Look, man, we could put it out there, so let's make it happen.
Put it out in the universe, my brother. Everybody out there listening, you got to push that album if you like it, brother. That's the only way people gonna get to hear it. I could promote it, I could sponsor it, put money behind it, but the people got to mess with it. You know what I'm saying? And let the other people know. So salute to you, man. Thank you for everything. Six Man, you already know what time it is.
And with that being said, peace, and we out.
Salute.
Real hip hop. Real